this is really interesting. It says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something pretty cool today. 1972 Chevy C20 Custom Deluxe. Super cool old truck. Was restored a few years ago. It's running a 350 underneath the hood, numbers matching, and also has factory air conditioning. Really cool truck. Originally it came with plaid interior. It would have had white door panels, white seat with a plaid inserts in the seat. Only has white right now, so some people would call this a Highlander. I'm not 100% for sure because you had to have a couple different codes. It would have been option code C, but it doesn't have that designation on the tag in the glove box. But there's people tell different things, so we're just going to call it a Custom Deluxe, and it's definitely a great looking truck. So super nice paint, engine compartment's great. This truck has been in Oregon for a long time, since new. You can see the original Oregon plates. Okay, we're going to go ahead and show you the lights. You can see the marker lights are working. Lights, high beams. We got our blinkers, got our left, and we got our right. Hit the horn real fast. Horn's working. You know, it's just a pretty truck. I love the color. I love the two-tone. You know, the paint is as good as it looks in pictures, but I think it's actually a little nicer in person myself. No offense, Keegan. Keegan took the photos. You can check him out on Bring a Trailer as well under Salty Millennial. Though I found out, I think I told you guys before, that he's 3 months past it, so he's really not a millennial, but maybe that's why he's salty. Paint looks really good. Hardly any orange peel. I think they wet sanded this truck when they restored it and painted it. And actually, when I have it up on my lift, they did a really good job. Look at down the side. Really nice overall. It's not perfectly straight, but it's nice. Believe me, I'm looking at it. If you look at the front, very nice. I'm sure they replaced the grill and the emblem when they restored it as well. You'll see some minor little scratches around the, you can see here, little ding, but I imagine, I'm pretty sure that's an original piece, which kind of tells you that was a pretty nice truck before they started. You can see the bumper looks good. It is original. You can see a little ding right there and a little bump up right there, but this is original. It's not Chinese stamped, so it's nice to have an original piece on the truck like that. The tires are older. They're the P265 7016s. I think they were from 01, 02, so you'll probably want to replace those. But they actually are in good shape. They're not all cracked up or anything like that. But you'll see it's a passenger style tire. You're probably going to want to put some LTs on it. The trim rings aren't supposed to be on there. Caps look in pretty good shape. A couple little dings on them. If you look around the wheel wells, no rust or anything like that. Super clean. Trim looks good. Mirrors look good. Roof, you can see in the roof gutter. You can see all the original spot welds, and then they have the sealant in there, so very nice. Rear slider, a couple little scratches on the trim. And not all these trucks had this chrome in here. Some of these just had black. You can see here, it's got the chrome around there. It's got dual tanks, if you're wondering what that is. It's just for a gas tank. We're only running off this one. We have not inspected these. If I was going to put any gas in there, I'd want to drop the tank down and check them out. It's not supposed to have trim rings on it, but I think it actually looks pretty good. Go ahead and rev it up. It's got true dual exhaust. sounds great. I'm gonna walk around to the back here. Go ahead and turn your lights on again. You can see the marker lights. They're working. Down the sides, you can see it has all its little chrome stainless trim around those. License plate lights work. Rear lights. Brake lights. Got blinkers. I can't remember if the reverse lights work, so we'll be surprised. I don't know. Yep, they work too. This bumper probably isn't original to the truck. It's just a nice replacement. That looks good. Tow hitch. Just take a look at the body on this side. Again, it looks really good overall. It had a canopy as well. On you can see these little holes right there. I don't know if I would have probably filled them when I painted it, but they might have thought they'd put a canopy back on it. You can see the bed's been rhino lined and it looks good overall. You can see there's some holes that have been drilled in here. I don't know exactly what these were for. They might have had something mounted in here. But you can see there's just different holes, but look at the bed sides. Really nice. Not dinged up, no dents or anything like that. I don't mind the rhino liner in it. What I do mind is when they wrap it up over the top here. I don't think that looks good, so at least they kept it like this. This is the only spot you'll see right here on top of the bed top. You'll see a couple little tiny blisters right there. Hopefully you can see that. And it's not rust blisters, it's just a little bit on the top of this edge. But the rest of the truck looks great overall, so hard to find one in this condition. Again, the trim looks really good. Look at the panel gap, very nice on the truck. So I hope whoever buys this truck is actually gonna use it and enjoy it, you know, go camping and fishing and all those kind of things. Take it to Home Depot, pick up some lumber, which I actually did in it. So we're going to show you some more stuff. If you want to check us out on our website, it's denwerks.com, DENWERKS. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, everything. And then also if you have something that you want to sell, I own this one, but if you have something you want to sell and we can help you out, we wouldn't mind, as long as you think like us and don't mind us showing the good and the bad. We'll show you some more stuff. Gonna go ahead and show you underneath the hood. I have to tell you, that Chevy 72 is my favorite year. Just look at the front end. But anyways, you can see right there, you pop that to lift open the hood. And also right here, I wanted to show you, there's a little crack right there, which is really common because when people lift up on that, it cracks that. So that has been a little tiny crack in it, just so you know. I don't even know if you get a repair it because it's probably gonna just do it again. 350 underneath the hood. You'll look back there on the firewall. That is the original paint that has not been repainted there. So that is the original color of the truck. And you can see all the little spot welds, all the factory little sealer and stuff that they put on it. So that's cool. This is very original underneath here. They did, we didn't do it. We did put new valve cover gaskets on it, and we repainted the valve covers, but the rest of the engine was like this in general, and so they just touched it up. Not perfect, but it looks good. We'll show you the engine codes here. I think it's, I can't see it from here, it's TRJ I think, but you'll see it in the auction. That decodes out as a 72 350 4-barrel with automatic transmission, so it matches, and only C20. So this is the original motor to the truck. You can see its original sticker here in general. But another thing that we're looking at in here, look at all the original spot welds again. Has not been hit. I have not seen any accident damage on this truck at all. Everything's really clean overall. Factory air conditioning, but it has been upgraded with 134A, so it is working That's not the original pump on it, but everything's working underneath here. And we did redo the fluids. We put new fluids in it, new gear oil in the rear end, serviced the transmission. Brakes were already done. It's got new pads up front, so we didn't have to do anything there. So you can see it also has power brakes as well. We did put a new battery in it, and we do have new, we did change the oil, and we got new radiator fluid in it. So why don't we go ahead and start it up. It actually runs really good. You can see it's got an Excel back there, coil. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, sounds great. You also notice it's got power steering. Turn the air conditioning on. You can hear the pump turn on in a second. I didn't tell them how to do it, but you got to flip the switch all the way over to the left. There we go. You hear the pump turn on. Again, turn it off. And then turn it back on. You can hear it click on, the engine come down a little bit. So, anyways, we're going to show you some more stuff. Great running little truck. Go ahead and show you the interior. Again, I just wanted to show you the panel gap. Look how nice the door's shut. A lot of Mercedes owners would love the doors shut like that. Interior's really clean. Seat looks great. A little tiny discoloration. I mean, not really discoloration, just needs to be maybe cleaned a little bit more, but I mean, it looks good. I'm not trying to beat it up. I mean, it looks great. You can see just a little dirtiness here, but overall looks really nice. These seats don't flip forward, so you can't pull it forward. Look at the jams. Everything looks really clean. Look at all the original spot welds. I mean, that's just awesome. Original tag. If you look inside the door jamb again, looks great. Dash pad's probably been replaced. All the gauges, everything looks good. It's got a aftermarket radio in it, but they didn't mess up the holes, and you can see a USB plug down there. So everything's real nice in general. I didn't like the tack on it, but I left it because it actually works, so it is kind of handy. Steering wheel, little crack right there, a little spot right there. Usually the hub is pretty broken, and this one actually looks really good. New carpet. It was already in it when I got it. This is the switch for the back tanks, which I haven't used. I imagine they probably work, but I just haven't tried it. Look at the bottom of the doors. They look really good. A couple little chips right here. This door panel was originally white. Someone just did the insert white and then painted the outside black. But you could repaint it all white if you wanted. But I think it looks kind of cool that way, personally. We'll go ahead and roll up the window. All the felts and everything and gaskets, they all look really nice. I'm trying to do this with the wrong hand, so Egan will show you that side. You can see the dome light works as well. Sun visors look good. You can see a little bit of little rust right there on that, but it probably should have had shoulder belts. You can see that bolt up here and here, but it's just got the bottom belts on it now. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and show you the other side real fast, and we'll go from there. Here we are on the passenger side. Again, door gaps, door shuts nice overall. Take a look at the glove box real fast. You can see the tag here, custom deluxe equipment, green plaid bench trim, but I think that other code for Highlander is up there. But then I heard if it had both of those, I don't know, but that's what it would have had originally. So you could actually probably use this seat again and just have the plaid inserts done on it if you wanted to. So you can see the glove box is in good shape as well. So AC truck right there. You can see all the levers and all that, and I think that works. We'll drive it and I'll show you. We'll go through some of the gauges and stuff, but look at the door jambs. Actually really clean. Again, spot welds, everything looks good. So it's a nice old truck. You can see one little, this is probably a little scuff right there on the seat. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if I'm too close. A little scuff right there. But overall, seat looks great. Door panel, same thing. Hey, thanks for cruising around with me out here in the country, out by our house and shop. Definitely blessed to live out here in Oregon for sure. Me and my wife and our kids. So anyways, this truck drives so nice. It does have power steering. You can see that there's no wheel shake. Drives nice and straight down the road. I can hear a little bit of wind noise over here on the driver's side, and I think I do have my door shut. Now, let me double check. Yeah, a little bit of wind noise in the gaskets, but I mean, it's an old truck. You can see the radio works, the tach, fuel gauge, oil pressure you can see down there, and battery temperature, you know, so everything's working. Also, you can see the indicators working, horn. I'm going to go ahead and stop on the brakes. It actually stops nice. Steering wheel's not shaking all over. Very, very clean overall. Very smooth. You can see the wipers work. And then also, you can hear the fan is working. And then the AC. I don't know if you can hear that click. There's the heat. And then the frost right there. So it's nice all that's working in general. So we're going to go ahead and cruise around a little bit more and show you some more stuff. Oh, last thing I want to show you is the cigarette lighter. It'll pop out here in a second. I don't advise you to start smoking because that's working. You know, it's not the 70s anymore, but if you got a phone or something like that, you can charge it up. And there's also these USB stuff down here. So anyways, we're going to show you some more stuff. I'm going to show you the, I don't know if you can hear that, the kick down does work. So anyways, I said it 2 times now. We're going to cruise around. I'll stop talking. We're going to take a look underneath the Chevy C20 right here. You're obviously going to see all the still photos and everything, but this is actually the second thing I look at on a vehicle when I'm looking at things in person. Everything can look pretty on the outside, but once you crawl underneath, you might find a different story. This one here is actually surprisingly really nice, very original condition. I haven't seen any accidents. There's a few little tiny things, but overall really clean rig in general. So we'll just take a look around and get a little flashlight out for you. Obviously you're going to see all the still photos still, so you can take a look, but all the suspension looks good. The brake hoses look good. It looks like they have the wrong brake hoses on it, but they're working. You can see that clip is not attached, but looks like they're a little bit too long. You can see they have a zip tie around that, but it's not enough to alarm me to put new ones on. Brake shoes are new on the front. Rotors look really good. Thing just drives amazing in general. We did put new shocks on it. And you can see here, new shocks up here in the front and in the rear. Oil pan's been painted black. Looks like they detailed up above, but you can see a lot of residue, oil residue on the block itself. But the valve covers were leaking really bad when I got it. So we tried to clean it up as good as we could. And it does have new spark plugs and everything in it. So, but you'll see a little bit of residue here, but nothing that's hitting the floor or anything like that. Actually pretty clean. We did service the transmission. That's what that date is, 120. If you look there. If you look up here, bottom of the fenders, look in good shape. If you look inside here, it's been cleaned up, but you can see a couple little rust spots. Nothing I'd probably worry about. Usually these are just missing because they get rusty. Take a look at this side. This side actually looks pretty clean. Up inside, the wheel wells look good. The tires I mentioned, I believe, are from 02. Actually, this one's 01. They all match, but I think one of them's 02 on it, but we'll double check here. Can't remember. Yeah, that one says 02, which isn't uncommon, you know, if they're sitting on the shelf. So I would probably replace these down the road. They're not all cracked out or anything. They actually look pretty good. But if you wanted to replace them down the road, it would be good. And it's a passenger style tire, not like they're going to put it on a car, but see that P right there, P265/70/16. You probably want to put an LT tire on it. So we'll just walk back here. Drive line and everything looks good. Exhaust looks in good shape. Obviously has surface rust on it. This is where that nice sound comes from. This is the glass packs. Nice set of turbo mufflers would sound nice. You can see the floors all look really good. Body mount is in nice shape. You can see there the body mount looks good as well. A little bit of rust, little pinholes here. I probably wouldn't worry about it too much, but this is going to be right under that gasket. This is actually a little hole from a drill, but mostly right up here. You can see a couple little pinholes. What I would probably do is take the plates off, put pour 15, make that solid. You can see the original color paint right here. So again, this is nice because it hasn't been restored underneath. So it shows you really what this truck was before. You can see the back of the cab. Looks great. Back there, it's not all rusty. That's usually an area that's pretty bad. We'll take a look at this over here. Body mount looks good. Back of the cab. Inner rockers look really good. Now these little, there's a couple little pinholes right there that you can see. A little patch right there in the corner. But and a couple little rust spots there, but overall, I mean, this is pretty impressive underneath here. Again, it's things you could fix, but I just leave them alone. Body mount looks excellent. This tire is the one that's a little more worn than all the others, and I can probably assure you why that is. Probably when you put your foot into the pedal, this one probably spins going around the corner and stuff. New shocks. Brakes looked good. And then we did service the rear end. It's got a 410 in it. And we pulled this off, resealed it, and put new gear oil and everything in it. So overall, pretty clean underneath here. And if you look up inside here, there's no accident damage on the bed or anything like that. That is the original, see the original green color on the bed. Now I think when they painted this, they took the bed off because see this black, they painted black up on the top, and they just hit it in different spots. While they were on top, they painted here looking down. So I think they painted, you know, put some black on top of the, you can just see it all the way across there. See that black going along the edge. That's because they were standing on top of the truck when they did it with the bed off. So the tanks here, this is the saddle tanks. I don't know if they're working or not. I haven't put any gas in them, so someone's gonna have to put some in there. I'm always afraid to do that and try to run a truck. I'd want to take them down and look at them inside and see if they're good before I ran it inside my vehicle in general. So hopefully that gives you a good look underneath the truck. Wanted to show you the nice thing about this truck, because I showed you the how nice the paint is. But they wet sanded all this. It's not all ripply. It actually looks really good down here on the bottom. Let's take a look at this side. See, it's not all orange peely or anything like that. Someone did a good job when they painted this. You can see the cab looks good. Bottom of the doors. So very, very, very clean truck overall. So anyways, if you got questions, let me know. It is no reserve, so someone's going to get a pretty cool truck, fly in, drive it home. Nice old truck. Adios.